Hello and welcome to RMU Focus, the show where we cover all things RMU. I'm Brett Magulik.
And I'm George Ramasic. Let's dive into week-long events here at RMU.
Well, the sun is finally shining and the birds are finally chirping, and it is finally above 50 degrees here on campus. Can't you just feel it in the air? It's so nice. But you know what else is in the air here on campus? Competition, because it is officially Greek Week, the one time a year when the 3 sororities and 7 fraternities compete against each other in Olympic-style best-on-best competition, and this year's theme is Olympics. RMU Greek Life started yesterday morning in unity with a highway cleanup, but quickly entered competition starting with kickball, then testing the minds of Greek life in trivia, and ending the night off with flag football. Each event is bracket style, and for each first place finish, that organization will get 70 points, and then that number decreases by 10 per placement. Today, the event started at 11 to 2 o'clock at the gazebo with an annual PIE president event where the Colonials had the chance to pay to PIE a chapter president of their choosing, and all of those proceeds benefit this year's Greek Week philanthropy Animal Friends. Events resume today at 4 o'clock with a big tug-of-war showdown, lawn games, dodgeball, and pickleball to round out the Monday competitions. Events will take place all week up until the grand finale on Friday night.
Moving things over from Greek life fun to time to focus on your career, and no better way to do that than the resume workshop. During the workshop, you will learn how to properly create and format a resume, which will highlight a student's education, experience, and skills. Students who attend will also learn how to build resume writing resources to help create the perfect resume. Interested? Head over to Hale 307 on Wednesday at noon until 12:50 to improve your resume before the summer starts. Are you a commuter? If you are and want to hang out with other commuters, be sure to attend the commuter hangout hosted by the Commuter Network Club. This Friday, from 5 to 7 p.m., head down to the Nicholson basement to unwind, connect, and celebrate one another as this semester comes to a close. This meeting will serve as the club's last meeting of the year and feedback on how the Commuter Network Club can be improved to continue building a bond for students that don't live on campus.
Well, I mentioned it a little bit earlier, all the blood, sweat, tears, and pain of Greek Week all come down to the finale this Friday night. And in big dance competition? No, this isn't the end of Guardians of the Galaxy or the end of Daddy's Home. This is Air Band. The center of the RMU Greek Life universe all revolves around this one night, and it all ends on the greatest stage of them all at the UPMC Event Center. Doors open at 6:30 and the event starts at 7:30, and it is free to attend. But donations for Animal Friends will also be taken at the door. So come out, be on the lookout for the launch of the Air Band themes for each organization coming out later this week, and come support your friends as they break it down on stage at the UPMC Event Center.
Want to wrap up this busy week with some exercise and love animals? The Rec Center and PRSSA are teaming up to host a puppy kitten yoga event this Saturday called Paws and Poses. Tickets are $10 with all proceeds directly heading over to the Beaver County Humane Society. Along with exercising cute animals, there will be a DIY trucker hat, goodie bags, and more. Do not miss this Paws and Poses event this Saturday. Let's switch things over to some RMU sports, starting with the hottest team on campus with the men's lacrosse team. They took on Mercyhurst on Saturday and took down the Lakers with ease, extending their winning streak to 9 games. This week's game is set up to be the most important game of the season as they host Long Island. With LIU losing on Sunday, the Colonials can clinch the #1 seed in the NEC tournament with a win. Go support the team at noon at Joe Walton Stadium this Saturday.
Moving over to the women's lacrosse team, looking to bounce back after dropping their most recent matchup against Akron 16-6 this past Saturday, making that 4 losses in their last 5 games, and that gives them a 4-9 record with 4 matchups left in the regular season. This Wednesday, they head down to the city of Pittsburgh to take on the 8-7 Pitt Panthers in non-conference play. Face-off is set for 6:30 at Highmark Stadium for that matchup. Then on Saturday, the Colonials return to conference play and will take on Eastern Michigan. Face-off is set for 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon.
Let's head over to the Diamond with the RMU softball team. This past weekend, the team fell to Northern Kentucky in their weekend series 2-1, winning their first game on Saturday. The Colonials have 2 series within the next week. First, they travel to Akron, Ohio tomorrow at 2 and 4:30, then return back to campus on Friday and Saturday with a weekend series with IU Indy. Friday's games begin at 3 p.m. and Saturday's games start at 1 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. All the games this weekend will be held at the North Athletic Complex softball field.
Moving over to the women's track and field team, they're coming off a big weekend at the Westminster Invitational and the Bison Outdoor Classic. In the track events, the Colonials secured 6 first-place finishes and 1 in field events on Friday at the Invitational, and at the Bison Classic, RMU brought home 2 top 10 finishes and a new school record. Ella LaQuarta set the new 3,000-meter steeple record with a time of 10 minutes and 43 seconds. Looking ahead, the Colonials have 2 tournament weekends remaining before Horizon League Championships. This Saturday, the team will head to Charlottesville, Virginia to participate in the Virginia Challenge on Friday and Saturday.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, Owen McLaren will be interviewing RMU Century Media's newest editor-in-chief.
Learn what the future of RMU Century Media has in store under the reign of Josh Woodman when we return on RMU Focus.
I don't remember how it started.
Talk to Dad.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years and I got my 3rd child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
You told me not to talk to strangers. You told me not to cross the street without looking both ways.
You told me not to touch the stove.
You told me not to do drugs.
You told me not to drink and drive.
You gave me so many messages about how to stay safe. Why didn't you keep me safe by properly storing your gun?
Welcome back to RMU Focus.
We're going to send it over to Owen McLaren, sitting down with new editor-in-chief Josh Woodman. So Owen, take it away.
Hi, everyone. First of all, Josh, congratulations on becoming the new editor-in-chief of RMU Century. Have you all got it in your system, or are you still taking time to just realize that, wow, I'm the editor-in-chief?
No, it's definitely been some bumps in terms of like people reminding me, oh, you got to do this now, and oh, we ask you these kinds of questions now. So, no, it's been funny, but yeah, it's nothing too crazy. I'm happy everyone came out and voted, and I'm honored to hold the position now. So, yeah, just really happy to do it. But yeah, I'll always need help from people if I'm being completely honest. So.
Yes, it is a very big role. So, for those that don't know, what specifically is the editor-in-chief role, and what kind of responsibilities do you have here?
Well, so what RMU Century Media is, as we've talked about before on this show and on other things, is just overall, it's like the online student newspaper. And so what the editor-in-chief's role is, essentially, he is the boss in simple terms. His job is to essentially keep everyone working, keep everyone consistent. While I don't really oversee articles like I used to when I did sports, it's still making sure everything on the website looks okay, everything is written okay. Not really, I don't have the final say, but still the responsibility of checking and making sure everything is good with that. And then other with that, I run the meetings whenever we do, like we just did an Acceptance Students Day with prospective students, got to talk to them about it. It means kind of being the face of the organization. So yeah, there are a couple intricate things that you do on a day-to-day basis when it comes to articles or whenever I do meetings and things like that, and I pick the editor positions too. But it's also just kind of being the face for it and making sure everyone stays consistent, making sure everything is being done in an ethical, proper way. And at the same time, it's also about making sure everyone's having fun with it too. You're responsible for making sure everyone's happy and doing everything that they can to the best of their ability. And so, yeah, I think there's a kind of a bunch of responsibilities, some that might be like on paper kind of responsibilities, and then other that just kind of come naturally with the position of holding a leadership position. So, yeah, I would say those are the responsibilities that I have. And it's also working with Jordan, who's the TV GM, working with him and making sure Century and TV, who are technically separate entities, still we're all one big family, and making sure we stick together in that regard. Same with RMU Radio. And so, yeah, I would say those are kind of like the big responsibilities that I hold.
Yes, definitely a lot, but you can definitely handle them knowing you.
Glad you think so.
Yes, definitely. So what are you going to bring to the table for RMU Century Media? What are the main goals that you want to focus on here?
Of course, the big thing is always going to be writing. I think it's not really a secret that in today's day and age of media and content, that things tend to lean more of the social aspect or visual aspect, and kind of writing and reading in that regard has kind of gone lesser down. But that doesn't mean you still can't do it, and it certainly doesn't mean it won't get viewers. And so I really want to make sure we maintain high viewership on the website. I want to make sure we get lots of different types of content out and things like that. I think we've done a great job with that so far in the early weeks, and I think we've done a good job with that overall. But I really want to do that, and I also want to diversify the content a lot. I think over the past couple of years when I've been here, we've kind of done, each year has been something focused on different things. It's been like very, obviously last year with the election, it was very politics heavy and talking that kind of stuff. The year before that, there was a lot of local news or obscure kind of stories about the area we live in. And so I really want to just kind of be the website that whatever people are passionate about and want to write about, they can look there for that. I don't want the website to be limited to just one thing. I don't want it to be just the hub for RMU sports or just the hub for political news or local news. Like, I want it to be everything. And some of the best articles have been A&E articles and things like that. I'd love to get more of that. But I know that we are doing okay with that kind of stuff already. So yeah, just trying to get the viewership on the website up to what it used to be.
Yes, well, we all look forward to it, and we wish you the best. And thanks once again, Josh, for settling down for an interview. And I'm going to send it back over to Brett and Joey.
Thanks, Owen. Brett, I don't know about you, but I really did love those shoes that Josh was wearing.
Oh, Josh had some great shoes. He's just a great guy in general. I'm really excited personally for the Woodman administration. I think he's going to do great things. I know he said he's a little bit skeptical, but I agree with Owen on this one. I think he's going to do a great job. But Joey, I do have one question for you here. One of these things has to go. I know you're a big sports guy, so I'm going to propose you 4 sports here. We're going to go football, soccer, baseball, or hockey. One of those has to go.
Let's get rid of baseball. Let's get rid of baseball.
Oh, man, even with the Buccos, we'll talk about the Buccos here in a little bit, but
it's kind of boring.
Man. I'm going to go soccer. I know how much that hurts to you. I know. Well, those are our takes. Those are our takes. But when we come back, Caden Hyde and Noah Tennant have takes of their own. So don't go anywhere.
Bring it.
No, the first one.
You guys later.
Mom wants us home.
Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Hello and welcome back to RMU Focus. Dylan Kajak is back at the podium, this time presenting our guests with 4 options, but one's gotta go. Let's send it over to Dylan.
Thank you, guys. Welcome to our next segment, One Has to Go, where I'm going to list 4 things, and these 2 gentlemen next to me are going to choose one of them that has to go. I'm your host, Dylan Kajak, and today we are joined by our lovely contestants, Noah Tennant and Caden Hyde. Are you guys ready to debate? Let's get it started with the food section. Our 4 foods are pizza, tacos, burgers, or wings.
Oh, easy.
Which one has to go?
Burgers.
This guy is coming onto this show. 10 minutes of preparation is speaking absolute heresy.
I don't hate burgers. I'm like, burgers can't compare to the other 3 options.
That's just not true. I mean, I will say, burgers, the great thing about burgers, it's all about what you make of it, right? Same with all of these foods. Pizza, you can customize it. Burgers, you can put whatever you want on it. Tacos, you can put whatever you want on it. Wings, there's a bunch of different sauces and stuff. I will say, though, I have gotten food poisoning from one of these things before in my life. And those are chicken wings. I've never gotten food poisoning from anything else.
I've also gotten food poisoning from sushi. But that wasn't an option.
Eating raw fish, really not smart.
No, it was the bad cucumbers. That's what it was.
Yeah, of course. Definitely not the raw fish.
Nope.
I just don't like chicken wings. If I had to get rid of anything, I'd get rid of chicken wings. Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, you're safe.
If I'm being honest, chicken wings are my favorite of those 4 options. So.
Oh my goodness.
Is there one you guys could agree on?
I mean, pizza's pretty fire.
Pizza is pretty. Here, I'll shake your hand on that. Here. Our host, can you please?
Yeah, I'll like do like a group shake. Yes.
See, I felt that.
So it sounds like out of all 4, pizza is the safe, but perhaps not the other 3. Moving on, we have the 4 seasons: fall, spring, summer, and winter. Which one has to go?
It's a tough one. There are 2 that are safe. In my mind, there are 2 that are safe. One, it's not that I hate it, I like it less than the other. I say summer has to go.
Wow.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
really?
Is it because of our fair complexion?
Yes.
The heats
yes.
and the...
Not kind to my skin.
Not kind at all. Like, it's really great having it off of work, but I live by the mantra that when you're cold, you can control how warm you are. You can put on blankets, heaters, you can put more clothes on. Like
you can only get
socks.
so cool, though.
You can only take off so much when it comes to summer. And plus, as someone who's very, very scrawny, I don't like, walking around with my shirt off in the summer like some other people do. So, plus sunburns. I hate sunburns. I'm very pale. You're very pale.
I got sunburned in April.
Yeah, like if the UV hits above 3, I have to wear sunscreen. Yeah. Like it's bad. And like if the media wasn't telling us that summer was so great, I don't think anyone really view it as that cool.
Yeah, I completely agree with this one. Because I think you were thinking the 2 that safe ones are definitely fall and spring.
Yes, of course.
Of
yes,
course.
Yeah.
Winter can be harsh sometimes, but like you said, I think cold is way more manageable than heat. So.
Yeah. I mean, winter does get annoying. I mean, no one likes walking on ice or like shoveling snow every day. At least we're not frying in our own homes,
That's an interesting point. I feel a little controversial to pick summer as the one to get rid of.
I'm assuming you like summer.
I love summer, yes.
Why is that?
I'm very cold-blooded. I cannot stand any sort of
you a lizard?
cold weather. Basically,
this just
yes.
in. Dylan Kajak is a lizard person.
If I have to go outside any of the winter months, it's just torture for me. And then spring, seasonal allergies, those are even worse. I don't know which of those 2 I would get rid of.
You can take pills for that, though.
I do. They don't do much.
Have you tried the higher dosages?
You might be onto something. More drugs.
Okay, consult your doctor, please, before doing that. We do not condone illegal drug use.
Yes, wonderful.
Okay, up next, we are moving on to soft drinks. What do we think about Pepsi, Sprite, Dr. Pepper, or root beer?
Pepsi.
Which one has to go?
Easily Pepsi.
Yeah, I'm not a big pop guy, personally. I like water, which is, a hot take in and of itself. I like water. It's refreshing. It's good for you.
Oh, no, I've been drinking a lot more water recently.
See, it's good. Don't
nice.
you feel better whenever you drink it?
I feel good.
Like, it's just so natural and good. But, I mean, Dr. Pepper is the best pop there is.
Yeah,
Like,
I think we can all agree on that one.
Yeah, root beer. If you said like a specific kind of root beer, it'd be different. But root beer is so good.
Yeah,
and Sprite.
It's solid.
Sprite,
solid.
you got to get your lemon lime in there.
Yeah.
Ain't no one drinking Starry in the Big 26.
Pepsi's just like,
it's the odd one out.
It's just mediocre. Like it's just flat.
Yeah, it feels a little unfair to say get rid of all root beer or just Pepsi. Because like you can get rid of Pepsi and have all the Coke you want. What if it was Coke or Pepsi? Would that change anything?
I probably still wouldn't. I mean, like,
Coke is still better than Pepsi.
Like Dr. Pepper still clears, and Dr. Pepper's in the same genre.
True. We can get rid of all of them and just keep Dr. Pepper. Honestly,
I like it. I like that. You see, I'm a big fan of the Dr. P.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think you went to medical school?
Thank you all for watching our segment. I've been your host, Dylan Kashak, and I'm going to send it back to you guys.
Well, thanks, Dylan. Summer?
That just doesn't make sense.
I
just don't get that.
Yeah, I can also confirm that Noah Tennant is currently sunburned as we speak right now. Shout out to Noah. He's upstairs in the control room.
Maybe
currently sunburned. It is April 13th, but you got to keep summer in there. You got to keep summer in there.
All right, well, when we come back, Brett and I will fill you all in on the exciting upcoming events here down in the Berg.
Stay with us here on RMU Focus.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We have this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's all good if you think you should check in. Yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back to RMU Focus. Not only is the campus busy this week, but if you're looking for something to do downtown, we got you covered.
Get ready to shuck and roll tomorrow at the Benham Center as the hit Broadway musical Shucked comes to Pittsburgh for 6 days. The corn-fed musical show is full of fun, heart, sass, and a star-studded group with Tony Award-winning book writer Robert Horn, Grammy Award-winning score from Brandy Clark and Shane McCallany, and direction by Tony Award legend Jack O'Brien. The first show is tomorrow and will be heading out of Pittsburgh on the 19th. So grab your seats and some popcorn while you can.
Step back in time and feel the groove because the magic of Motown is taking over Pittsburgh this Friday night. Get ready for the smooth harmonies, the iconic choreography, and the timeless hits that defined a generation, from the Temptations of Diana Ross to Marvin Gaye to the Jackson 5. It's all the soul, style, and sparkle Motown brought to life on one unforgettable stage. The event is this Friday at the Byam Theater at 7:30 and will have a total runtime of about 2 hours.
Feeling like you want to be on a nice, warm island? Well, you'll be able to feel that feeling with Tropical Rock. Visit Heinz Hall on 600 Penn Avenue to join and sing along to fan favorite songs like Under the Boardwalk, Fins, It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere, Brown Eyed Girl, and so much more. Soak in the fun and tropical breeze on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with tickets starting a little bit over $32. Don't miss out because this is the closest thing you'll be feeling to a tropical island in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Are you a comedy fan? Well, you're in luck. David Spade is stopping by the Byam Theater this Saturday night as part of his I Got a Feel for It tour. David Spade became a household name during his tenure as a cast member on NBC's Saturday Night Live. Spade has also starred in film and television highlights such as Joe Dirt, Grown Ups, The Wrong Missy, Rules of Engagement, and 8 Simple Rules. The show is recommended for ages 16 and up and will start at 8 p.m., so sit back, relax, and get ready to laugh when David Spade does his stand-up routine at the Byam Theater this Saturday night. Tickets are on sale now.
Looking for something to do tonight? If you are, you're in luck. The Good Kid Band, joined by Iona, will be performing in Pittsburgh tonight. The Good Kid Band isn't your typical rock band as they blend playfulness, punch riffs of J-rock, and different varieties of pop-punk music. Want to be a part of a performance that expands your horizons? Head downtown tonight to Stage AE. Tickets are currently ranging from $56 to $180. Be sure to join in on the fun.
Pittsburgh, get ready to scream every word because the Maine is hitting Stage AE tomorrow, April 14th. You'll hear songs that define a decade of late-night drives and summer memories. Black Butterflies and Deja Vu, Sticky, Loved You a Little, In Your Arms, and so many more. This is your night to jump, shout, and feel every chorus hit you right in the chest. The Maine, Stage AE, Tuesday. Be there for a great night of some classic music.
Let's head over to PNC Park where the Pittsburgh Pirates are in full swing and have been quite busy to start their season. They return home this week versus the Washington Nationals with 4 games this week. The games on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday all start at 6:40 p.m. with Thursday's game starting at 12:35. Let's see if the Buccos can clean some things up and start to tally up some wins on each other like the city's hockey counterpart.
You teased to it, Joey. Big news as the playoff hockey will be coming back to the Berg for the first time since 2022. Coming off a rough weekend against the Capitals, which will most likely be the last time we see Sidney Crosby versus Alex Ovechkin in the regular season, the Penguins head to St. Louis to take on the Blues in their final game of the regular season before gearing up for the playoffs. Puck drop is tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m., so stay tuned to see how Sidney Crosby and the Penguins will finish their regular season. Well, Joey, we talked a lot about the Pirates and the Penguins, but they're not the only teams in Pittsburgh kind of making a wave, right? Except football just in general is making a wave because the draft will be coming to Pittsburgh here in a few short weeks.
Yeah,
what are your plans?
My plans, I really want to go downtown, but I just don't. I think with the traffic, it's going to be really hard to get down there, especially like classes and other things here. But, you know, I think it'd be fun. Yesterday I was downtown, you know, exploring Pittsburgh around the draft area. It's really going to be a fun event.
It's going to be a huge event, especially that Thursday night. It's going to be amazing because that first round is always so huge. You know, Fernando Mendoza is a huge first pick, candidate. So that's going to be big. And also the Steelers just this year in general, 12 picks in the draft. So for Steelers fans, it's going to be you're going to get your money's worth. Actually, no, not even your money's worth. It's free for everybody. So that's going to be huge for everybody to go down there and do that. But you're gonna get your time's worth for these Steelers fans as they're going to have 12 picks this next weekend for the draft.
Yeah, and the 12 picks you mentioned, who should the Steelers draft in the first round?
I think Ty Simpson is the right way to go. I think we definitely need to start strengthening up this core a little bit. They did go out and get some wide receiver picks in this, they're not wide receiver picks, but they got Michael Pittman and re-signed him to another deal. So having him kind of gauge with Will Howard, hopefully Will Howard, we'll have to see. With DK Metcalf will also be very big.
Yeah, you know, personally, I think they should go for some defensive players, and if we're going to go on the offensive side of the ball, get some guards, protect possibly Will Howard or maybe Ty Simpson if he falls a little bit later in the draft. Who knows? Who knows? It's going to be, all in all, it's going to be a fun event downtown in Pittsburgh.
It's going to be a fantastic event. Fantastic. We're getting so much good to look forward to. But thank you for watching RMU Focus.
We hope you have a great week ahead, and make sure you tune in next time.